Namaste, greetings to everyone. This is Dr. Ruchira Joshi, yoga researcher, holistic counselor, integrative consultant, elusive yoga tutor. Welcome to the world of elusive yoga. Nowadays, yoga is practiced globally in its different forms. There are over 300 million yoga practitioners in the world. Today, different forms of yoga are practiced globally, like restorative yoga, vinyasa yoga, iyengar yoga, power yoga, kundalini yoga, and so on. But Swami Vivekananda classified yoga in basic four streams: Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Karma Yoga. Jnana Yoga is a path of knowledge. Raja Yoga is a path of willpower and determination. Bhakti Yoga is a path of emotion and devotion. Karma Yoga is a path of selfless action and sacrifices. According to yoga philosophy, human beings exist at five different levels. Annamaya kosha, which means the physical body level. Pranamaya kosha is the inner energy level. Manomaya kosha is the mind and thought level. Vijnanamaya kosha means the intelligence and discrimination level. Anandamaya kosha is the spirit level. Path of Jnana Yoga is best followed if Vijnanamaya kosha is activated and in dominance. Jnana Yoga is a path of jnana, choosing the right things with the help of discrimination and higher intelligence. It requires a consistent contemplation and study. Jnana Yoga is a path of knowledge and philosophy. For intellectual dominant personality, it becomes easy to walk on the path of Jnana Yoga. One can reach to moksha with the help of self-analysis on the path of Jnana Yoga. Through consistent discrimination between real and unreal, one has to understand the truth of the physical body, that it is a matter and changes every minute. It is not constant and eternal, so it's not real. One has to contemplate constantly on the self, which means it is non matter, not changing. It is consistent and eternal, so it's real. Great sages of India, rishis, who followed Jnana Yoga, were quite aware of this truth, and so they could able to build the Vedic wisdom. Cloud of ignorance, that means Maya, which hides the truth and real knowledge of the self. It requires the rational thinking to uncover this layer of Maya so that one can reach to the truth of the life. On the path of Jnana Yoga, one can reach the salvation with the help of this Jnana, the knowledge of eternal self and external surroundings. There are few objectives which one can achieve with the help of Jnana Yoga. In Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, 45th sutra, Arjuna says, Aho padamahat papam kartum vyavasitavayam yadraja sukhalobhena hantum swajana uddhataha, which means, what kind of sin am I going to commit? For the sake of material pleasure, am I going to kill my relatives? I am totally confused. I cannot fight. We can achieve the ability to avoid being Arjuna. In the battlefield of Mahabharata, Arjuna was full of conflictions due to which he left his weapons down and was not ready for his karmas. We also experience this state of Arjuna's mind in our lives. Jnana Yoga helps us to pass through these conflictions of the life. It directs us to choose the beneficial and right option during confusion's conflicted state of mind. Jnana Yoga helps us to decide what to do and what not to do with the help of intelligence and discrimination. Jnana Yoga makes us eligible to stand for the truth, justice, and dharma, even though the whole world is against you. It provides us the strength to fight our own battles in the life. In Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 36 sutra, Lord Krishna says, Api chedasi papebhyah sarvebhyah papakruttamaha sarvam jnana plavenaiva brujinam santarishyasi, which means, with the help of jnana, one can overcome all the sins of the life and come out of all the dilemmas and confusion. Jnana Yoga builds us to overcome sins and confusions of the life. It helps us to solve the psychological knots of the mind. It provides the efficiency to come out of all the guilts of the life. It is useful to purify the mind and intellect and make us pure so that one can spread the inner divineness to the whole world. Basically, we need to understand the term jnana to walk on the path of jnana yoga. There is a lot of difference between the information and jnana. Jnana is information or experiences which makes one free from all bondages of life. Jnana provides freedom from diseases and imbalances at physical level. It also provides the freedom from cage of relations and desires at psychological level. Jnana provides freedom from wrong notions and thoughts at intellectual level. Each soul is potentially divine, but ignorance covers its divineness. Jnana covers or cleanses this layer of ignorance, or also called as Maya. Jnana takes us from the darkness of life to the light of divineness. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. There are steps of Jnana Yoga which can help us to lead to the Jnana. First step is Shravan, which means collecting the information by reading, listening, watching, or from the teacher, surroundings, or the books. Second step is Manan, which is dwelling and recollecting the collected information again and again to understand it better. It also includes the discussing the collected information with others to explore its other angles. Third step is Nididhyasan, on which one can experiment the collected information and learn the deeper understanding to stabilize the information. Fourth step is Jnana. At this step, information gets transformed into the knowledge with the help of practical exposure. Fifth step is Jivan Mukti. One reach to this step on the path of Jnana Yoga, where he collects the deeper knowledge of all things surroundings to him or her and get free from desires and sins during a life. Sixth step is Siddhavastha. One can achieve the mastery over powers while walking on the path of Jnana Yoga at the end. We need to become eligible to walk on this path of Jnana Yoga. In Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 34th Sutra, Lord Krishna provides the abilities or qualities of a disciple or a Jnana Yogi. He says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshinaha. There are three important qualities which are required to follow the Jnana Yoga. First is pranipata, which means the complete surrenderness. Prefixes or prior opinions about anything destroys the learning about that thing. So one must be blank to learn the new things. Also, ego is the biggest hurdle in this learning. So one needs to surrender his or her ego completely to walk on the path of Jnana Yoga. Second quality is Prashna, which means asking queries and understanding the subtler knowledge of everything. Third and very important quality is Seva, which means ready to be to service. By serving others, one can be modest, which is the way to achieve Jnana Yoga. When one implements all these qualities in oneself, he or she starts getting subtler knowledge of life and become eligible to receive ultimate knowledge of life. What is it? Everything here is classified in matter and non-matter only. Changing things comes under matter and unchanging things comes under the non-matter category. Ultimate knowledge helps us to understand the concept of rebirth. Atman or spirit is only the truth and real thing in this universe, which is non matter. It has no birth, no death, no start, and no end. It is eternal, unborn, constant, and ancient. But we fail to understand this Atman in everyone and everywhere due to Trigunatmaka Prakriti. There is Trigunatmaka Prakriti by which this Atman and its divinity has got covered. One need to uncover this Trigunatmaka Prakriti layer to get bliss. Trigunatika Prakriti, which means our personality, which is made up of permutation and combination of three psychological gunas, tamas, rajas, and sattva. Tamas is full of inertia and laziness. It leads to the delusions and greed. Rajas is drive for craving and desires. It promotes the ego and need of appreciation. Sattva promotes the regular actions without attachment. It builds the duty sense. Our personality is made up of these three gunas, due to which one cannot find the inner divideness. We need to uncover these three gunas and pass this layer of Trigunatmika Prakriti, which leads us to the real knowledge of life. So, on this path of Jnana Yoga, let us find or let us identify everyone as Atman and not only mere Trigunatmaka Prakriti. Let us identify between the reality and unreality with the help of Jnana, which makes us free from bondages of desire, fear, and ignorance. Let us be healthy, be yoga staha, be 24 hours with yoga. Thank you.